Hello to my fellow parents. Hello to students. Hello to those that are just curious as to what's going to happen this fall. The Center for Disease Control just released. Oh, thank you. Thank you. The Center for Disease Control just released an extensive list of guidelines for reopening schools in America come August or September. This is something that I've been thinking about and obsessing over, and I've been a big proponent of returning to school full time or canceling the upcoming school year. Because for my children, their ages going into the fall, 5 and 7, virtual learning does not work for those age groups. Now I know what school's going to look like, and I'm still processing this all. It hasn't sunk in yet, and I haven't had a chance to form opinions because I literally was texted this a minute ago. So you may not have heard everything. So, breaking news. According to the CDC, just released today, the guidelines for reopening schools in the fall are the following. Wear masks over the age of 2. Is a 2-year-old and a few days going to wear a mask? Is a 2-year or let's just say they're saying about 3. Is a 3-year-old going to wear a mask all day? Wear masks over the age of 2. No sharing of any items, supplies, or belongings. They all must be in individual cubbies or labeled containers. No sharing electronic devices, toys, games, or learning aids. Desks 6 feet apart, all facing the same way. That means, let me read that to you again. Desks 6 feet apart, all facing the same way. 6 feet apart. There is an option for schools that don't have that amount of space. They say, install sneeze guards and partitions wherever you cannot space 6 feet apart. Additionally, distance on school buses, 1 child per seat and skip rows. Aren't school buses already full? Are they going to be doing a lot of hiring over the summer? I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I'm a fan of getting back in school. Additionally, one-way routes in hallways, tape on sidewalks and walls to assure kids stay 6 feet apart. Check this out, especially if you have kids in elementary school. No communal shared spaces, meaning cafeterias or playgrounds. Let me repeat that. The CDC is recommending that cafeterias and playgrounds be closed when schools open in the fall. Physical barriers or screens between sinks in bathrooms. Only prepackaged boxes or bags of food instead of cafeteria food. Kids eat in classrooms. Kids eat in classrooms. Basically, our children are going to be stuck in the same room all day. They're going to be stuck in the same room all day. No field trips, assemblies, or external organizations in the schools. Limit volunteers and visitors. Same children stay with staff all day. No switching groups or teachers. How is that going to happen in high school where teachers teach specialized subjects? That must be modified for high school. Stagger arrival and departure times to limit exposure to crowds of kids. If possible, daily health and temperature checks. And several rules about cleaning and disinfecting throughout the day and hand washing frequently. I think I've already formed my opinion, which is I think I stand behind what I said. Well, I don't know. I don't want to. Not every parent can leave their kids home. I was going to say again, just cancel the upcoming school year. Just cancel the upcoming school year. But honestly, I would rather adhere to all of this than do virtual learning. Because, like I said, for 5-year-olds and 7-year-olds, it doesn't work. However, I've been talking to a lot of my parent friends, and there's going to be a lot of issues because there are a lot of young children that are at risk. Kids that have asthma, kids that have other pre-existing conditions. And those parents are not going to want to send their kids to school. What do you do with those kids? I mean, I guess those kids will be behind a year. Wear masks over the age of 2. No sharing of any items or supplies, all belongings in individual cubbies or labeled containers. No sharing electronic devices, toys, games, learning aids. Desks 6 feet apart, all facing the same way. Distance on school buses, 1 child per seat. Skip rows. Install sneeze guards and partitions wherever you cannot space 6 feet apart. One-way routes in hallways. Tape on sidewalks and walls to assure kids stay 6 feet apart. No communal shared spaces. Cafeterias, playgrounds. Physical barriers or screens between sinks in bathrooms. Only prepackaged boxes or bags of food instead of cafeteria food. Kids eat in classrooms. No field trips, assemblies, or external organizations in the schools. Limit volunteers and visitors. Same children stay with same staff all day. No switching groups or teachers. Does that mean no PE? Are they not going to do PE? Stagger arrival and departure times for students to limit exposure to crowds of kids. If possible, daily health and temperature checks. And several rules about cleaning and disinfecting throughout the day and hand washing frequently. Hi. I feel there are Tanya and Andy and Fiona and everybody else and Greg. Teachers are going to quit. Teachers are already underpaid, and they're going to be, why am I going to expose myself to greater risk and have to go through all this drama, especially teachers of elementary school students, first graders, kindergartners, second graders. Teachers are going to quit. If you're a first grade teacher, you have to being a teacher was already such a hard and underfunded job. Now it's going to be even harder. And are they going to get paid more? I don't know. I don't think so. Thank you for the super chat, number 1. Are any of you teachers? I'm curious to hear what the teachers think of this all. I mean, I guess high school isn't a huge issue. High school students, but this just all seems so disruptive for elementary school students. Homeschooling does not work for me. Homeschooling does not work for a lot of other parents. And I don't even know how we would tutor. Like virtual tutoring, how would that work? I don't even know. I don't want kids to be left behind or different kids to be at different levels. I don't know. I acknowledge my privilege. I have support and I can have my kids stay with me this year if we were to cancel the school year. Some parents don't have that option. But then again, do I want to keep I don't know. Oh my God, like, do I want to keep my kids back? Do I want to keep my kids back? Just so that, but then it's like you're running the risk of this situation that we're in Tall Pines and Kylie and Greg and Bonnie. This may last longer than a year. They may not find a vaccine that works for 2 years' time. They may not find a vaccine that works ever. So it's a risk. If I leave my kids back a year and then just have them at home for the year, and if it's not resolved by the following year, then they're behind 2 years. A big hug to you, Sara Ortega. I can't homeschool. It's not for me. I'm not a teacher. And I can't work and homeschool 3 kids or 2 kids. Maybe if I stopped everything. My mom can't help Allison because my mom is isolating by herself for the most part. She's stopped coming over to my house. I wish my kids' school, not criticizing, but I don't even know what public schools are doing. I wish that my kids' school had a full day of Zoom. If we're going to do remote learning, have a full day of Zoom. But they're not doing a full day of Zoom. They're doing maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. Is that enough for a 7-year-old? This is a lot to process. Bye. That's it. I don't know. I feel you, Kylie. My heart goes out to all the teachers. Thank you. I mean, Alyssa Frost, big hug. Honestly, I guess I'm fine with all of this. If we could still go to school 5 days a week. All right, they eat lunch in their classrooms. Okay, no PE. That'll suck. How are we going to make sure that our kids stay active? My kids used to be so active. They used to take taekwondo, swim class, and tennis. I think I'm going to have to take them on. I've been taking them on walks, Fallout Girl, but I have to take them on more walks. Even more walks. It's just hard during the week because I go to on my walks very early in the morning. Ay, ay, ay. I feel blessed. I've got 3 kids and they've got each other. Can you imagine this experience, what it must be like for like a 7-year-old that's an only kid, doesn't have any siblings? Thank you, Sonia B. A big hug to you, Nina Leach. Oh, Fallout Girl. Crazy times. And there you have it. That's going to be our new normal in the fall. All right, my friend. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this all in the comments section down below.